this topic is very rarely discussed, but due to the fact that our society has become so programmed and conditioned us to look down so much, whether we're reading, whether we're texting, typing, looking down at the newspaper, or whether we're just staring at the ground so we don't trip and fall. This video is really a look at a couple of creative habits that get you looking up more. So these are just common activities that I've reflected on that put our head into a more optimal position. Some of the quick scientific facts is that the anterior spinal arteries, which move down the front of the neck, get clamped for every inch that your head comes forward, and that often happens when we're looking down. So imagine you can increase the amount of blood flow to your brain by 300% a day just by increasing the amount of time that you spend with your head looking in an upward direction. So these are 3 activities that are commonly practiced, or could be more commonly practiced if we just thought about the benefits that they're providing for us. So the first one is stargazing, just looking up at the moon, looking up at the stars, looking up at the sky is really connecting us with nature, which is so important. It's time spent away from technology, which these days is something that's not happening often enough, and something that I like to practice whenever I'm outside at nighttime. It's a great idea to take a walk after you eat dinner to digest your food, and that's the perfect time for you to be able to look up at the moon, look up at the stars, and get that upward head motion that is so desperately needed to balance out the amount of activities being done with our head in a downward position. Second thing is bird watching. Most birds are up in the trees. You usually have to be looking at the tree for an extended period of time, so it gets really challenging to keep your head in an upward position, and I challenge you to see how long you can last looking up for an extended period of time before your neck starts to actually speak to you like, hey, what are you doing? I'm not used to this. This is not comfortable. And bird watching is a great activity for that. The third one is not that often that you see kites being flown because wind is obviously in certain spaces, but kite surfing or even just flying a kite is a great way for you to be focused on something that's up in the sky for an extended period of time. And flying a kite is a great activity to do with younger kids, or there's local kite flying groups that you can join. But flying a kite is another activity that puts your head in an upward position for a long period of time. So those are just 3 ways that you can spend time looking up, but obviously you don't need any activity to spark that need. I'm telling you, we're spending too much time looking down, so spend some time looking up. Also, looking up from an emotional standpoint will have you feeling more positive, just based on what keeping your chin up and your chest up does for our psychology. And there's lots of research that has linked posture to positive emotions and good mindsets. So I hope that was helpful, and please let me know if you are putting any of these recommendations into practice, because I'd love to hear it. Anyway, until next time, have a great day and be well, get healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.